Waiting on you.
Waiting on us. How about race fans? Are they waiting on us too?
They
You hear me down
sure
there,
are,
Outback, Andy?
yes.
Yeah.
I certainly can, Kenny Shepard. Welcome along to Madera Speedway tonight for our Short Track TV live stream. It's great to be on air once again. Tonight, I'm joined by our promoter, Kenny Shepard. Hey, this is like the days when we started our Madera racing on MAV TV. Kenny, you and I in the booth calling all the races together.
Back in the old days.
Yes.
I don't know how many of the fans saw when they first came on. We had a going live shortly, and there was a little commotion going on the back straightaway.
And it was real.
Yeah, and the race director was just in here asking. They're making some calls and telling us what they were doing. Hang on 1 second, Outback, Andy. Let me communicate with Dean. I'm going to go down and check on a camera. I'll let you take the fans right now, and I'll be right back with you.
Thank you very much, Kenny Shepard. Well, it's great to have everybody along for our Madera Speedway live stream on Short Track TV. Let your friends and family know that we're on air tonight. We got open wheel cars, we got fender cars. So we got four-cylinder cars, we got V8 stock cars, late models. We got super modified that'll be out later on, Jim Burgess. We're still to run our heat races tonight for our late models, a little behind in our earlier program. Also, Legends of Kearney Bowl. So the old-time cars from Kearney Bowl that used to run, the old super modifieds, these cars all restored and worth a lot of money, and they come out here and race them and get around pretty fast around Madera Speedway. So we've got a little everything for everybody tonight with our open wheel cars and our fender cars. Yes, like the old days when we started our first Madera racing shows on MAV TV. The year one, we did 8 30-minute shows. The next year, we got signed for hour shows in prime time. And ran those 16 for a couple of years. And then the last 2 years, we were running 18 races for our Nut Pro Late Models and 5150
Yep,
Junior
back in
Late
the
Models.
early days, huh, Andy?
Yeah.
All that hard work.
We've
We've got
done
some people.
I remember when you had me come out and we did the pilot for that. It was the 10,000 to win late models. We did it with a single camera on the infield and a corded microphone. And that was basically how we shot the pilot for the Madera racing. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, we had done quite a bit of work with 2 or 3 years leading up to that. But there's a few people watching already. We've got Davey Munoz, speaking of announcers.
Hey, Davey Munoz.
Yeah, he's at Top Gun Drag Strip in Fallon tonight. Terry Peoples, Now I'm Here. How do we sound, guys? This is actually a different setup that we're using. It's our mini Bertha. We call it Big Bertha's our rig that we use
I really
for
like
TV
that
shows.
new setup, Kenny. That's very, very cool.
Trying to travel a little bit light. Maria Rotella. Yes, Kearney Bowl.
Was that Amy Rotella?
Yeah,
Amy
Maria.
Used to be
That's Maria.
Oh, Maria?
Maria.
Amy used to be a great late model racer.
Sister work there. Lilo Wilson. Sounds good. Good deal. Good deal, Davey.
Yep.
Yeah, like I say, we a little bit different setup. Andy and I have just a little bit of latency, just a touch of echo, so it sounds like we're singing to each other up here. But, no, we've got a good lineup tonight, Andy. We love these club races. Last week was round 3 of our MAV TV races. All those that were watching know.
What an amazing racing
hammer
last
down.
week.
Yeah, hammer down.
Our junior late models are off the planet this year. If you haven't seen those races, I suggest you track them down on MAV TV when they come out, because our junior late models this year, this is the first year since year one that we've had as many new drivers for the season. And that could spell some interesting times for our junior late models. But I tell you what, these new kids, the crop, they are very, very good, and they're really turning the action on. Incredible.
Yeah, they've been incredible. We want to jump right into something. Tonight is Children's Hospital night, but we don't have our fans. And what tonight's all about, we usually do fundraisers in the grandstands, and it's just something kind of strange. I'm going to pop a banner up for our folks. But what we're doing tonight, we've got the Children's Hospital poster that we put together is up on the website, or pardon me, their website is up on the monitor. Should be on your screen, device, TV screen right now. And the way we're doing this now is we've asked our race teams, if they can afford to do so, to make a donation to Children's Hospital. On your screen right now, your phone, your iPad, is the information to donate to Children's Hospital. So we're having to do this a little bit different this year. So you'll see this poster that's up right now. Tonight's all about Children's Hospital. We've got race cars on the track out back, Andy, so let's pull that down. And Dean Gray is actually on the camera for us tonight out back, Andy. Now, Dean, one of our top officials, but what little known, there was something called OT Orange Truck Productions at Altamont. So Dean will be on the camera chasing, looks like the leaders right now in this first batch. But Dean Gray, we've known him for a long time since the Altamont days.
Yes, we have. Dean and I first started working together, I think, 2004 at Altamont. Dean, for a long, long time, and his wife, Davey, do a great job.
We've got a question already. There's spots in the grandstands. Are they open? Unfortunately, no fans are allowed in the grandstands. If you happen to see somebody in the grandstands, that will be the spotters of the race team, the people guiding on radios. So the reason we're providing this live stream, brought to you by NutUp, by the way, one of our great sponsors. The reason we're providing this live stream is because we don't have fans, as you know, out back, Andy. So no fans, and we're providing a live stream. We miss our fans very much, and we're doing this free. One of the very few tracks, if not the only track in the country, that's doing free live streams. All tracks are doing pay-per-view, understandably so, because that's replacing that lost revenue that we badly need in the grandstands.
Well, let's take a look at the lineup for our late models. The 12 on the inside
this
is
heat
Kyle
race,
Keller.
Heat race number
heat
1.
Heat race, yeah.
Yep.
The Wild Child. On the outside, Lauren Kuntz, the veteran. Del McIntosh in the 26 car. John Schlunt. The other car out there is the 23, Joey Brazil. Looks like Joey still having some trouble with the 23 car. But young Kyle Keller, one of our former junior racers, steps out to an early lead on lap number 1.
Yeah, and I think the good battle's in second place, so Dean will kind of slide back to second place for us. That orange car, Dale McIntosh, is getting a lot of heat right now from Papa Kuntz. And I think that's where looks like Dean's picked that battle for us.
Yeah, because Kyle Keller runs in our TV shows, doing a good job behind the wheel of that car, the 12 car.
Yeah,
Del
Kyle's
McIntosh,
actually tuning up. He's using this tune-up race. And
Del McIntosh in the 26 car. Del's had a couple of years in that 26 car. Had quite a lot of damage to that car, and a lot of it not Del's fault, just circumstantial things happening. Also, they had some brake problems for a while, but Del seems to be getting a handle on that car, Kenny, the 26 car.
Yeah, he's been getting much faster each race. A lot of pressure right now, though. I'll tell you what, Lauren Papa Kuntz was fast last night. One of the fastest cars running, consistent 15-1s, even some high O's. A lot of speed in that 75 car right now. Right
now they're running 439s, 15.439 for Kyle Keller. Here's the fastest car on the racetrack. But yeah, Papa Kuntz, I talked to him in the pit area earlier today. He was really happy with that car and said they seem to be making gains on that 75 car.
Yeah, really fast. They've been doing really well.
Like not making it easy for Del McIntosh.
Yeah, it looks like Dean's going to jump back up to the leader. White flag right here. And Kyle Keller using this as a tune-up. That car's rotating and really tuned up right now, looking good.
Yeah, they're looking good. The 12 car got about a 8-car break on Del McIntosh. Del's trying to hold out Papa Kuntz. Papa Kuntz making one last charge. And Kyle Keller will take the win from Del McIntosh. The 75, Lauren Kuntz. The 21, we didn't get to talk about him much. So that's John Schlunt moving up from the hobby stocks to the late models. And the car there, the Fancy Eagles car of Joey Brazil. Joey's still having trouble with the 23 car. So congratulations going to Kyle Keller, the winner of heat number 1 of our Madera late models.
Yeah, and what you see Dean has done, he's loaded and pointed that camera at the back gate. That's where that next race is coming out of the entrance gate at the Madera Speedway, and that'll be Madera late model heat race number 2. A little bit behind schedule, not much, about 15 minutes. We thought we'd have Legends of Kearney Bowl on the track right now. But after this heat race, you'll see the Legends of Kearney Bowl, opening ceremonies, and then off to our main events.
Heat number 2 of our late models coming our way. And we'll give you the lineup as they get to us at the line. This lead car has all new panels on it. That car was extensively damaged a few weeks ago. Good to see this guy back. The number 44 on the Bay City Auto entry. That is the former dirt modified racer. Raced the sports mods at Watsonville. That is Mike Shapiro. The BC Pizzas, Andy Sadico, number 89 of Sheldon Cooper. The B Performance, Hampton Inn and Suites of Madera, number 16, the Fast Young Lady, a late models, making her way up from the junior late models to the Madera late models, and she is the current points leader. That is Lily Mead. Starting on the outside of Lily Mead in the All-Star Towing, number 15, it is Haley Lyles. The 28 car did not qualify. I'm not sure what the problem with that car was. That's the Dennis Auto Repair, number 28, and that is Trevor Schlunt. Trevor, a long-time late model racer at Madera Speedway, has traveled a little bit in his time. I remember Trevor coming up to Altamont Racing as we get ready to bring the cars down into Nice Ride. And let's see who has a nice ride when they turn the light screen. Kenny Shepard.
I think Dean's going to stay on this lead battle. It's going to be a tough one. Sheldon Cooper is going to try and outrun that 44 car that was pretty quick, but there's a lot of grip on the outside, and you're going to see a big shot down the back straightaway, Andy.
Yes, they are. The Sheldon Cooper staying up on the high line. Shapiro down low. He is bringing Lily Mead with him, along with Trevor Schlunt.
Looks like the high side. There's some grip out there. We saw it come in last week. Sheldon staying out there on the high side, letting Shapiro come back to his back bumper. Sheldon Cooper drops to the bottom in turn 4.
Yeah, the inside line looks like it's pretty even with that outside line. Normally you get that big slingshot out of the turn 2 there. That's the 150 turn. Lily Mead hanging tough there in third spot. She's our current points leader. Shapiro in that 44, that black car. Sheldon Cooper in that BC Pizza. They watch Madera Racing on MAV TV down there at BC Pizza.
Looking good. Looking really good. You'll see the car kind of leave the bottom here on exit. Right there. Other than that, he works that out. He's got a fast race car.
Yep. And Trevor Schlunt is overworking the 16 of Lily Mead. Lily now under pressure from the 28 of Trevor Schlunt.
Yeah, we're going to get Dean to slide back to that third place battle right now, side by side, as you mentioned, Andy.
Yeah, Lily Mead gets the slingshot off of turn 4, but this may be trouble when we get into the turn. Can she hang tough on the outside? Trevor Schlunt is good down low, side by side, door handle to door handle. Trevor Schlunt and Lily Mead, and these guys are high up in the points too. Lily Mead, the current points leader. Lily comes back, and Trevor Schlunt going down to 1. This is a really good battle, Kenny, and Haley Lyles right there.
And as you mentioned, Lily Mead, 152 to Trevor Schlunt's 148 coming to the white flag. This is a battle for the championship.
Yeah, Trevor Schlunt, wow, Trevor leaned on the door, Lily, and Lily running the high line. This is really good racing from Lily Mead. Half a lap left to go as we come to the turn. We've got a race winner here, Kenny.
Race winner, Sheldon Cooper coming to line. Who will it be? Looked like it was Trevor Schlunt, and that is a 2-point swing. 1 point per position, so that puts Trevor Schlunt just 2 points out of the point lead right now.
Yep, I'm not sure how many points Lily got for qualifying. She got any qualifying points? Because Trevor didn't qualify today.
That's right. That makes a good point.
I think Lily was 6 quick in qualifying
No,
today.
then that would be 0 points. They're only back
0
to
points,
5th.
only back to the top 5.
Yeah.
Well, some great late model racing. I tell you what, Lily Mead has come from our juniors. Really proud of Lily, the way she was running the outside, and they're running wheel to wheel. That is some great late model racing. We're going to group up the late models later on for the main event. 40 laps of late model racing for the main event coming your way in a little while.
Coming our way right now is Jim Burgess in that 410 Super Modified. Out here tuning up this afternoon, getting ready for the Harvest Classic in September. That will be an open wing sprint versus Super Modified. No rules except for no more than 4 tires.
Yep. 410s, whatever you bring.
Whatever you bring.
Run what you brung. Yep. Actually, it's pretty cool, too, with the fast Super Modifieds against those fast sprint cars. That's some great racing. I still remember when we had the sprint car tour here a few years ago, 24 wing sprint cars on this track. Well, you think, oh, how many restarts are you going to get in that? None. 0. We went flag to flag in around about 8 minutes
8
flat.
minutes, 8 minutes, 2014.
Yeah. And how about that race, though? That was an amazing race at the finish.
Yeah. We thought the young lady from Idaho was going to take it. She ran down, who was it, Wilson? I believe it was Wilson.
Yeah, Jacob Wilson.
Yeah. Yep, but Burgess on the track right now. He'll make a few passes, see if he can get. We broke about every track record here so far, so there's a lot of talk about the super modified track record falling in September if Jim doesn't get under that track record tonight. The track is really fast right now.
Yeah, the track's pretty hooked up. Okay, so Jim Burgess in the 32 car. And Mega number 32. Jim will attempt to go as quick.
Go down to turn 2. Pick up Burgess flying by. Let's see what this sounds like.
I remember when I first announced at Madera Speedway, it was back in 2006 for Liz, and they had the super modified tour. Sometimes we get 20 of these super modifieds.
Listen to this, super fans coming by.
Wow.
Trying to look at the sound meters here. Let's see if we can do a little turn it up on you right now.
13.122. So we're running a little quicker than he was earlier today.
That shook the flag stand, the grandstand, and everything when he went by. Let's bring him back. Let's see what we hit on the meter here. Oh,
they shut it down.
Pulling it down. Come on, Jim. You know, last year, Jim Burgess won the Harvest Classic. You saw he finished that race, didn't you, out back, Andy?
Yep.
Had his hand on the radiator cap the last 2 laps.
Trying to keep it on.
Yeah, we had an in-car camera. It was on MAV TV. Thought, what am I seeing in the monitors? Unlike the setup we've got tonight, we've got a big bank of cameras. You can see everything up here in the broadcast booth. And Jim Burgess out there with his hand holding the radiator cap on. It was crazy.
Best way to describe a super modified is cross between a wing sprint car and an Indy car. The motor hanging off the side on the left side of these cars, and the drive shaft runs down to a very, very offset rear end. So the right-hand axle is very, very long, has a support out on the right-hand side of the car, and a very, very short axle on the left side of these cars as we get ready to bring some Legends of Kearney Bowl out. Looking forward to the Legends of Kearney Bowl tonight. Unfortunately, Kenny Takeuchi passing away late last year, and Kenny would normally broadcast these with us. Kenny, a former traveling announcer for racing in California. He used to travel all the way up and down. He used to tell me the stories about how they raced at Altamont on a Sunday afternoon and had to come back to the Fresno area to run Sunday night. And they were pretty friendly with all the CHP back then because they needed to get from Altamont to Fresno in a real hurry. And if you imagine that's back in the 60s, you could imagine this Kenny on the screen there.
Yep, Kenny Takeuchi, we put a little poster together for him. That picture in the bottom right hand was from a little documentary I filmed with Kenny out here in the pits. Top left-hand picture was last year from Kenny up in the booth. He was up there beside you. And what an amazing person. So many great stories. Absolutely legendary is not even the right word. But this is the first Legends of Kearney Bowl race at Madera without Kenny.
Yep. Yeah. Like I say, I would normally be in that booth with Kenny, or tonight he would be sitting here talking, probably grabbing your headset, or we'd have another one plugged in for him. We're going to miss him greatly. I always said every time he was in the booth, when I talk to the fans, I cherish every time that I was in the booth with Kenny Takeuchi. He is one of the guys I looked up to a lot as announcers, and yep, the knowledge that he had was like a set of encyclopedias of racing.
Yeah, not an encyclopedia.
Yeah,
a set of encyclopedias.
It was like a set of encyclopedias,
yep.
Exactly.
Yep, absolutely incredible. But I miss so much just talking to Kenny. You know, just being around him.
Yep.
He'd show up as soon as he'd come into the pits. He's got that notepad and he's working the pit area. Just an incredible individual, and just as a friend, chatting with him.
Yep.
Young race car driver, my first TV interview, Kenny gave it to me, and all the years later, we end up running the Madera Speedway, and kind of how ironic things are, how it happens. But a lot of coaching from Kenny, and badly, badly missed. especially right now when those beautiful Legends of Kearney Bowl
Yep.
cars are on the track right now, Andy.
I learned a lot from Kenny when I turned up from Australia. I announced with Kenny a lot, and just the knowledge that he taught me about these cars racing, and it was all, like you say, it was always a pleasure to get in the pit area, talk with Kenny before the racing, and he never forgot one thing. He was as sharp as a tack right till the end.
It's going to be time for opening ceremonies right now out back, Andy. And let's see if we can pull from Dean Gray's camera. We'll jump over here and doing all the things Josh. Josh is helping us right now. We've got Quan that helps us, but tonight's a little bit different. Let's see if we can pull a little bit more in. And we'll, right here, King Coventry on the prayer.
Speedway, all the hard work and everything else that he does, and all of the crew, the fire crew, and all of the nostalgia that's around here at this point in time. Dear Heavenly Father, we give you so much